All right, folks, let's go to our last story. You know, politics, according to the British publisher Ernest Benn, is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies. You know, the fourth citizen of this country, that's the Speaker of the House, Gbajabiamila, has justified his support for direct primaries in the Electoral Amendment Bill. According to him, public servants' command will be more accountable to the people, and the youths will be more encouraged to take part in the process. Sports Minister, who is also the Youth Minister for Youth Affairs, Sunday Dare, had led a delegation of youths to the Speaker's office to say thank you. Well, Emeka, there's a difference between an opinion that sounds good and a good-sounding opinion.
Yeah, of course. But in a democracy, there should be free choice. You should not, in trying to advance democracy, limit the choices of people. Yes, direct primaries, yes, of course. All the members of the political parties must be involved in choosing candidates. But the other question
is where the direct primary comes in.
Yeah, the direct primary, then the indirect is about using delegates. Then you also have consensus. Now, when you foist direct primaries on the people through a bill, you know, through the amendment of a bill that's supposed to advance democracy, then of course it sounds more, you know, it sounds more like a thinking that sounds good, but the outcome is unrealistic. For instance, how do you expect INEC to monitor direct primaries in all the wards, you know, for all the parties? That's expensive. We are borrowing left and right. We say, I mean, the economy is weak, and then we are imposing additional burdens on the same economy. How many people are working at INEC that we expect that they can monitor all the direct primaries of political parties? Because the Amended Electoral Act says that INEC must monitor the primaries of political parties. So how is INEC going to do it with the number of political parties we have in the country? And then, even if you say direct primaries, if the intent is to prevent certain people, in this case governors, let's just say the way it is, governors from hijacking the process, then I just say that you are only postponing the evil day, because they will know, you know, Nigerian politicians, when they are so desperate about whatever advances their selfish interests, they will find a way around it. The members of the party... The Rivers governor is known to have said, if the bill is passed to Mr. President, I will go to court. Yes, of course. Of course, people should go to court to get that amendment, certain aspects of the amended act, you know, upturned, because you cannot...
But let's even expand your logic.
Yes.
Direct primaries involves everybody.
Everybody,
you know.
yes.
So what can be wrong with that?
Yes, there's nothing wrong with it. It is good. But at the same time, what is wrong with it is that in a democracy, you don't limit choice. That's why we've been kicking against a one-party state. That's why we've been saying, that's why there was a clamor for more political parties. So you don't have a one-party or two-party or three-party state. Yeah. So when you expand democracy and allow, you know, different interests to come to play, you don't then now turn it to a funnel, you know, with a big wide brim, and then a small
counter logic is with the indirect primary, which allows the governor to
godfatherism and all of that. But the point is this: we should strive to build our democracy, to nurture our democracy to the point that people are very interested in participating. The question you have to ask is, who is actually funding the political parties? Are the people paying dues?
They are not.
Are the people interested in activities of political parties? Or do they engage political parties only on the day of election? That is why politicians will spend money trying to buy votes instead of using that money to advance the interests of their political parties.
I know that, Paul, you would have heard this, the story. It says, if votes actually determine the outcome of elections, the politicians will outlaw it. No. You don't hear her.
Well, that's Nigeria for you. I, for one, I support the
direct,
the direct primary, because what we have seen happen is indirect primary has allowed godfatherism to fester.
Yeah.
It has denied people. It has not
because
allowed,
the governor determines which delegates
and
go and don't who
very
don't go.
Powerful. The delegates they induce and to not necessarily to vote their conscience, but when money is talking. Direct primary is just a way of saying let all the registered members of a party have a choice in determining who becomes their
free choice.
Exactly. Now, if we are saying fine, that it's going to be very laborious for INEC to supervise. I think where there is a will, there is a way. The truth of how does INEC supervise even general elections? You understand? How do they conduct general elections? I think where there is a will, there is a way. We have seen a situation in this country where a few persons come together and determine the choice of a party, and that's how you keep people having disgruntled people. They keep leaving the party because once they cannot, once they see that there's no fairness, it is not compulsory that you must achieve your dream. But the truth is that if you are going to lose, let me lose fairly.
Fairness is relative.
Well, if I'm going to lose, let it be that I lose in a fair context. You understand?
But by the way, don't let Emeka hear this. Have you heard that Andy Uba is set to go to court to challenge the out? Emeka, I hope you are not listening to us.
I heard that. For me, that seems very absurd because the consensus about the Anambra election, apart from the itches, glitches, the consensus that it was a free and fair election, and it's even the because that Andy Uba came. What was his position in that?
Number 3.
Number 3, yeah. Number 2 is not complaining, and it came a distant third.
Number 2 has congratulated.
Number 2 are congratulated, and all of that.
Number 4, number 5, and all.
But it's his choice. It's his choice. He has the right to go.
But aren't you folks surprised, or if not flabbergasted, that Nigerian politicians are bad losers and also bad winners?
Yes, it's unfortunate. That's what I was talking about. Building the system. Okay, we talk about fairness, but did you hear what the ADP candidate, the ADP member of the House of Representatives said on the floor of the House when he was defecting to APC? He said, I'm back home. The APC is my home. I only went to ADP when I couldn't get the ticket in APC. I went to ADP, got the ticket, won. I mean, can you imagine? That's an insult on the people, on the members of that party. So you just took them for a ride. You went, just picked ticket, just walked into the party's office, picked the ticket. Come on. We must build confidence in our democracy. What is godfatherism? Is it not the same set? Is it not Nigerians who impose godfatherism? Even when you, okay.
In fact, they are behaving like substitutes for democracy.
Do you know what? Let's even do an audit of results of direct primaries across the country in the last few years. You will see such big figures, such large figures, that so and so hundreds of thousands voted for this candidate. But on election day, those party members suddenly disappear. You now record low voter turnout. So what happens? Is it that ghosts, are inserted into the party list, into the membership list? Where are those people, those hundreds of thousands?
Tells me
that are said,
you don't believe in miracles.
Well, I believe in miracles, but you see, the type that Nigerian politicians try to sell to us.
Invent, yeah.
No. They are not. It's not. It's what the eyes can see. It's very clear. You claim that hundreds of thousands of people voted for a particular. In fact, in a particular state in the north, over 1 million. They said over 2 million voted for the person that became the governor.
Yeah.
At the primary election, only for during the election, what was recorded? Just a little over 1 million. So where did 1 million plus disappear to?
Well, he is still battling with miracles and so on. In politics, anything is possible. You have heard that in politics, 2 times 2 is not 4, it is 22.
That's mathematics, not mathematics.
Okay, mathematics. I like.
So you have all sorts going on. Yes, I understand what he's saying. It's part of the problem we have with the politicians. It's a serious problem. I hope we'll come to a point where people will just say, no.
Sorry, Paul, let me stop you. My brother Basi is reaching us from Abuja. Basi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, yeah. I want to just contribute on the direct primary, yeah?
Yeah.
When I hear the issue of an indirect primary, a direct primary more costly than indirect primary. I don't think whether people understand what is an indirect primary. Because if you understand what is an indirect primary, you will know that you first need to do a direct primary and before you do an indirect primary. Because in an indirect primary, 2 sets of delegates are involved. First is statutory delegate, and the second is an elected delegate. So the elected delegate needs to face the members of the party to vote them first. It is after when elected delegates are in the image that you now put the 2 delegates together and then do the indirect primary. So when the issue of funding, people keep talking about, direct primary, you will spend more. I do not agree. I do not agree. In an indirect primary, that's where you even spend more because you have 2 sets of elections. A man that is contesting, for the ticket of the party first need to mobilize his people to image and delegate and direct from the members. And then after that, you now subject him to another election that is a combination of elected and a statutory delegate. So when he brings the issue of funding that this, I don't think that is right. That's number one. Number two is
so for you, Barsi, sorry, for you, it is the direct primary.
Yes, it's the direct primary. But
Okay.
as I'm trying to, I don't want to remove the fact of funding. Something is more in an indirect, except there's something that they are not telling us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Emeka is not a politician, but that's
But I report politics.
okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
when
When they want to,
I wonder if
they want to do their magic,
I wonder if the caller is talking about Nigeria.
no, but he is.
He's talking about 2 sets of elections where in Nigeria, when governors compile the list and just submit the list.
In an indirect primary.
In a primary held on the table of the governor.
Okay.
It's on the table of the governor that the caller is talking about is held.
The man was talking about the ideal situation.
Is it not the what exists in the United States?
The thrust of his
in the United States, yes.
The thrust of his logic is that in the direct primary, you spend a lot less money than you would spend in an indirect one, where a lot of money is.
Okay, what about in the case of the APC primaries in Anambra that INEC didn't witness? INEC said his officials were there from morning till 5 p.m. And even the Minister of Labour and Employment, Ngige, Dr. Chris Ngige, said he didn't even know where the direct primary held in his own hometown. I mean, somebody who was governor of his state didn't even know. So what are we talking about?
INEC should not be acting helpless. INEC is a regulator.
Yes.
If the law says that INEC must monitor an election, and INEC does not know what happened, INEC should not accept the candidate of that party. You are not there as figurehead. You are a regulator. It is, for God's sake, it is independent national independent.
But in Nigeria, when there's an emphasis on that independent, it could mean some other things.
All right, folks. Well, I think this is where we want to apply the brakes, but we have made our points. These are based on facts available to us. So we have helped mold opinion. We talked about Niger State, mentioned banditry and the wahala with banditry. some people invaded the home of a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and now we are talking politics and so on. That's it. Our job is done. But let me drop this. Paul and Emeka, Mrs. Hussein was a year older yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday to
Happy
her.
birthday.
Yeah.
We felicitate with
Long
that.
life, prosperity.
At least I do this so that I spend a lot less.
Yes.
Madam, I greet you.
Yes.
11.
She's the one keeping the
Keeping
citizen
it fresh.
keeping him fresh, young,
Agile.
and agile, and
then
able to take
you
care
make-
of the home
you make me want
fronts
to
and
ask,
everywhere.
has she a choice? All right, we have a choice now of going home, but not before thanking all of you folks for being part of it, from the studio to the director's office. From here, the backroom boys say thank you for watching another show, making it happen. If you missed this program, join us at 11 this evening when we are going to have a late edition, a repeat broadcast. And don't forget to team up with us at 1:30 on Sunday for a 2-hour Hangout show. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Sorry we couldn't get Babajide Kolade Otitoju on Skype. Better luck next time. But I know Jide is doing fine. Okay, I'm Citizen Jones. Bye-bye now. Take care.